Hello everyone, Chris and Sam here, and now we would like to talk to you a little bit about story stones and maybe give you some ideas so that you can make your own at home and tell your own stories. Now, as you know, story stones are something that we've been using at Forest School the last few weeks before spring break. Very simple, you just need some stones and some acrylic paint. We use acrylic paint pens. But you know, maybe you don't have any stones or have any acrylic paints or paint pens. That's okay. All you really need are markers and paper. So if you have that, some markers and paper, you can make story cards. And this works the same way. You draw simple images. What color could you draw, Sam?
You need lots of characters, first of all. Animals, wizards, fairies, anything you can think of. Also places, mountains, forests, houses, and things, rainbows, strawberries, anything you can think of.
Yeah, and you make as many story stones as you want, and just, we made about 20 different ones. And from just a small amount, you have an infinite amount of stories that you could tell because it's always going to be different. And we just wanted to remind you of that and let you know that you can make your own at home and you can tell your own stories this way with your family while you're at home. And look for things out in nature that might inspire you. If a new flower pops up, maybe draw that flower and make a story stone or a story card of that particular flower or insect or whatever it is you see. One of our chickens here is almost about to come into the teepee, so
maybe she'll join us.
Yeah, she might join us here, but either way, you can make a chicken on a story stone and talk about the adventures that chicken has. And so just to kind of remind you of how we do it, we're going to do a little story here real quick with the story stones, and we hope that you'll try this at home. So we always start our story with the magic words, once upon a time. Once upon a time, deep in the mountains,
the mountains were covered in a thick forest that was really dark. It was so dark it was hard to see.
And in that forest, there was a little butterfly. And that little butterfly was just flying around trying to find its way, but it was very dark. And the butterfly didn't know where it was going.
And the butterfly came across a cauldron in the middle of the dark woods. And the cauldron was bright, and it kind of lit up the forest a little bit. And the butterfly thought, I wonder what that could be.
And guess who is mixing up that potion in the cauldron? None other than a caterpillar. And the butterfly looked at the caterpillar and said, "What are you doing mixing this potion?" And the caterpillar said, "Well, I'm trying to turn into a butterfly, and this is how I will do it. I will make a potion to drink, and that will turn me into a butterfly, like you." And the butterfly said, "Ha! That's so silly. You don't need to make a potion to turn into a butterfly."
What you really need is a fairy. You need to talk to the fairy who turns all the caterpillars into butterflies.
And as they were having this discussion, another butterfly flew over and said, "What are you two talking about?" And the caterpillar and the butterfly said, "We're talking about how caterpillars become butterflies." "I think a caterpillar becomes a butterfly by drinking a potion," said the caterpillar. "And I think it's by fairies," said the other butterfly. "You're both wrong," said the second butterfly. "The way that you become a butterfly is to wrap yourself up." At that point, a three-eyed, sharp-toothed monster came running out of the forest. "Rah!" And the butterfly and the caterpillar and the other butterfly all ran away.
But the monster was running and screaming because usually he lived in the dark, but he had just seen his first rainbow and he was running to tell everyone about it. But all he could do was growl.
So you get the idea. We could keep going and adding more to the story, or you can find a nice way to just end the story. It's all up to you. It's all in your hands. So we wish you well as you tell your stories, and stay tuned for more videos from Chris and Sam and Fairywood. We hope you're all doing well, and we miss you.
Bye.
Bye.